Looking to have your day brightened up? You're in the right place. Welcome to the #Positivity Podcast with Jason D.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning into the podcast. My guest today is a YouTube creator and an all-around everyday dad. He's got a YouTube channel. He creates content for Instagram, YouTube, you name it. His name is Craig Rivest. Craig, thanks for coming on to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jason.
So if you guys haven't heard of Craig yet, first off, I highly suggest you go check out his YouTube channel. He does really cool stuff with his son, with his wife, and he's really bringing social media to like a family place. It's not these people doing jackass tough type stuff. He's involving his family. They're doing cool things. He's teaching you how to be an everyday dad. And right now he's pointing a camera in my face. So tell us a little bit about yourself to get started. Who are you? Where'd you come from? What do you do? The basics.
Well, way back in the beginning of the day. No. I'm just Craig. I'm your everyday dad. I just live life with my son and my family, and we just try to enjoy ourselves.
Cool. How long have you been making the YouTube videos for?
I've actually started back in June. We started just creating stuff with my son because he was very entertaining, and we wanted a way of documenting what he was doing, and he just really mind-blowing with the stuff he was saying. And I'm like, we just got to start recording our day-to-day activities. And one thing led to another. We're vlogging.
That's cool. Yeah. And it's nice to have that ability nowadays to like capture stuff on quality audio, quality video.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just like a photo in an album that you used to have. And I have my photo album out in the living room, but yeah, it's neat to be able to have videos and stuff to hold on to and just keep those memories.
Yeah, it is great. I started off as a photographer, so I've always had a camera on my side in my possession. And you know, my son grew up with us having a camera around all the time. So when we made the transition from still photos to videos, he just like jumped right into it. So
that's cool. So he was used to that, and you're used to having a camera.
Yeah.
Probably a little different though, like we talked about before, when you start walking around in public with a camera and a microphone aimed at your face, that you get some looks, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm used to the behind the scenes, taking the photos. But then when you walk around and you're talking to a camera and there's nobody else on the other end of the camera, you get some looks.
Yeah, and again, like we mentioned, this isn't a big city. We live in a couple of small towns. People aren't used to seeing us hold these gorilla pods and a big camera with a fuzzy thing on the top that people have no idea what it is.
No.
And they're like, what is going on here? And then, hopefully later on they're able to see the videos and they can see, oh, this is something pretty neat that they're doing. So I noticed recently you were in the newspaper. That was pretty awesome.
That was a little unexpected to me. The Reminder Publications had reached out to me. They had seen some of my videos posted on Facebook, and I do a lot with drones and just regular other day-to-day operations, and they saw the videos I was making, and they wanted just to interview me about some of the footage of around town.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and I saw a lot of the comments. People were, actually saying that they're living across the country. They're in different areas, but they came from here, and they're able now through your videos to kind of like come back home. They can see the different seasons. If they're in California, it's not like 70 and sunny all the time. They see the leaves falling, they see the snow, things that they're not used to seeing out there that they maybe miss,
Yeah, there was actually one woman from Florida, and it was right around the time that the hurricane went through, and it was a real tough time for her down there, and she's from the area up here, and she saw the videos, and she's like, wow, that just brings back all kinds of memories, made her remember her childhood and how great it was up here, and then just to help her through the time down there, watching the videos of what's going on up here, kind of pass the time. It was, real special that she was able to reach out to me from Florida that she saw the video.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What made you make the leap from like photography into videography? What kind of got you started? Who are some of your influences?
Well, I started doing videos back in high school. We used to carry around those big VHS cameras, my buddy Jed and I in high school, we would just make videos for film class, and they were just crazy things, just us running around, having fun, doing dumb things.
Yeah.
And then from there, I picked up photography, and I did that for years and years. And then just the transition into video now was basically because of my son. So capturing life and having something to remember down the road of, when he was 4 years old, and now he's, whatever he is when he's down the road. But
Yep, and then so you just decided to publish them on YouTube from there?
Yeah, we decided to make a channel. I've had a YouTube channel for quite a few years, but it was stagnant. I never did anything with it. And then back in June, we decided to start doing weekly uploads. So we do a video every week on Fridays, and it's basically what we've been done for the week. Last week we were at a car show, so we did videos at the car show, us having fun, looking at cars. Just today, for a fact, we went to go pumpkin picking, and we brought the camera, and we went on a haunted hayride, and just the interactions, running around the cornfield with a Halloween mask on, scaring everybody. It was kind of fun.
That's cool. Yeah, that's the fun stuff. A lot of times when I make a video, again, I'll try to put something out pretty regularly, and it's not always the most exciting things. I'm sure you can't have something super awesome to do every single day, and it's tough. But I don't know what it is about just watching people's everyday lives. It captivates people. It's pretty neat.
I guess it's the world we live in now. Everybody wants to know what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
And, try to be transparent about it. I don't hide anything about my life. And, well, if you guys want to see what we're going to do, then come on in, have fun. We're having fun. Why don't you go have fun?
Yep, absolutely.
So, join us for our fun.
It's cool, too. And I know that you guys do this, a lot of the stuff you capture is just your everyday life, but how fun is it when you can come up with a cool project that you want to do?
Yeah, so there's been a couple projects we did. They didn't work out so well. We tried to make slime, and it worked okay, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It just didn't pan out.
Right.
But we still made the video, and it was fun to go through the whole process of shopping and, making it and doing it the safe way, because there's definitely different ways you could do it. So
right.
That was pretty fun. And then I get to do things I did when I was a kid. We did a video bike riding, and my son's riding his trike and I'm riding a BMX bike, something I haven't done in 15 years. But it all came back to me after about 20 minutes of busting my shins on the pedals.
Well, that's the classic analogy, right? It's like riding a bike.
It comes all back to you, right?
Yeah, it's perfect. So that was the easiest one that you could do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what other kind of stuff do you guys like to do off camera? What are some of your hobbies? What do you do for work?
Well, I am a mechanic. I work on cars every day, and a lot of that comes home with us. My son, because of that, loves cars. So we're always going to car shows. It's one of our things we like to do a lot during the summer. Classic cars, vintage cars, anything that's, like old and cool is pretty much what we go and check out. Yeah.
Some of those car videos that you guys had are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like seeing those. Actually, one of your original videos on YouTube was like a car video, right?
Yeah, I was at a car show. It was a weekly event I was doing in Chicopee. The Moose Lodge Car Show, and I photograph that every week, and my son comes to it sometimes, and other times it's just me taking the photos. But yeah, I started off walking around and getting a feel for the GoPro at that time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was years ago. I saw that was like a good number of years ago on your channel. Something
was it? You're talking about the other one.
I think we might be talking about a different video. There was like a Mustang or something like that on the channel.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I had a Mustang, and we used to soup them up back in the day, and got some videos of that, of racing around at the track, and just having some fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw that. I was like, oh, I think we got some things in common here, because
back when I had a little bit more hair, and a few extra pounds were gained after that.
That's all right. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
So who are some of your favorite YouTubers?
Oh, there's a bunch of guys. Right now I've been watching a lot of Peter McKinnon. I love all his cinematic footage. It's real cool, his transitions and how he blends one scene to the next. And he just seems like a guy I'd want to hang out with. So I like watching his stuff.
Yep.
My son likes to watch a lot of the toy channels. There's one called Izzy's Toy Time he watches, where they interact with toys all day long. So we try to blend a lot of our videos with what I like to do and what he likes to do, and bring them together as one. Your everyday dad is pretty much your everyday dad. What we do at home is what we're going to show you.
Right.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Some of those toy channels are unbelievable. You would never imagine that they have the following that they have, but I've seen parents use that as kind of like a, not quite, not exactly a babysitter, but
right.
Like a distraction at the gym or other places. They're like, these kids are just watching videos of toys get unwrapped. And I'm like, they have millions and millions of followers.
And they could do that for hours on end.
And they do it all day. That's all they do. And those people are probably making some pretty good money off of their YouTube videos.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff on YouTube is probably sponsored content. So, and a lot of it's in their disclaimers that they're getting paid from, outside sources to promote those brands. But some of them are actual legit, like, hey, we like this stuff. We're doing it all on our own.
Right.
So.
That's cool. Anyone else that you've been following on YouTube besides Peter?
Peter, yeah. Sean Duras, he's another guy. He's a kind of a family guy. Brings his family around a lot with him. He's a pretty fun dude to watch. So
Yeah.
and everybody knows Casey Neistat. You know, he's a great filmmaker, and
Yep.
you pick up a lot of tricks from watching the filmmakers, and then you pick up some of the stuff from watching the family channels.
Yeah.
And you try to merge them to get your own style and
Yep.
just evolve from there.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times I'll watch like one of Casey's videos, or I actually very recently, like within the past week, started watching some of Peter McKinnon's stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that was a really cool transition. Or he's got like these tips and tricks videos, and I'm like, all right, I need to try that out, and it
Yeah.
just pushes you like that much more, because I have no background in videography or photography. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I've always, like you said, back in the day, we would make videos like little war movies and stuff in my friend's backyard, and we'd film it and try to like, there was no editing back then. It was like,
It was all raw.
pause, okay, next scene, you'd set something up and try to get it to just go the way that you wanted it to. But yeah, other than that, I have no experience really with a camera. I have no business holding one, but I mean, they make them now that, a little bit more user friendly. And
Well, that's where a lot of the fun comes from too. Just the raw, uncut,
Right.
carry it around. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's what makes it real.
yeah,
you know?
absolutely. And then like seeing the footage back again, we talked before we went on the air, and you're capturing things that maybe you didn't think you got, or you thought you missed something, but you actually ended up getting something else really cool in the shot. It's pretty neat. And yeah, it's just a learning process. Kind of like, I'm sure that you're the same way, because you're a mechanical guy, and just half of the fun is learning the process. And a lot of times it adds a lot of time to the process.
It does, yes.
For myself, I'm trying to like edit photos and use Photoshop, and I have no idea how to do it. So one of my recent projects is I'm trying to update my website. I'm trying to use Photoshop to make the photos look better. So first I have to learn Photoshop, and then I have to learn how to edit the photo.
And that totally sidetracks you from
Yeah.
where you want to be.
Yep,
So now a
sidetracks.
2-minute thing now becomes a 12-hour thing.
Yeah, and the first day is spent, okay, what are the basics of this program? Like, this isn't iMovie. This isn't a dummy-proof, like...
Well, let me guess, you're watching YouTube to figure it out.
I am.
There you
Yep,
go.
That's how.
That's
Yeah,
all it
that's
comes down to.
Yeah, it all goes back. You can find anything on YouTube. Anything you need to learn is probably a YouTube video for
Yeah,
it.
absolutely, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty funny you say that, because I made a video maybe 10 years ago, and I was just playing around trying to learn stuff, and it was back on an old mini DV. I don't know if you remember those. They're little tape.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. The tiny little
and
ones.
it was just a tutorial on how to isolate a noise in a car and how to fix it. And that thing is still getting views today. And I don't even know why. It's such a horrible video. But
Yeah, that's all right. Some of the stuff that's out there is just, like you said, super raw. It's
Yeah.
uncut. It's on a video camera that who knows how old it is. Or, I mean, you can get great quality stuff out of our phones. I use my phone for a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
that I film.
well, the best camera is the one you have.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's always there in my pocket, and yeah, it's super handy to just have that, capture life's moments. How does your son feel about being on YouTube? Does he
He's
kind of grasp it? Does
yeah,
he
he's
like
a
watching
ham.
himself?
Yeah, because well, like I said, he likes to watch the kids shows. So then when we start doing the videos and he actually starts watching them back, he feels like, hey, I'm just like these other shows that I watch now. So every time we go to record something new, he's hamming it up now, and he's playing it up, and he's talking to the camera. He's directing the camera.
That's cool.
Yeah, he loves it. He's into it.
I actually noticed that too, that some of the more recent videos, he'll come back and he'll talk to the camera, because like he's learning that
Yeah.
that's what he likes to watch. So that's how he's going to do it.
And
That's
if I'm
pretty
not
neat.
even there, I'll set the camera up and I'll go do something, and he comes back to the camera like you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Some of the earlier ones that I watched, you're like prompting him a little more, just filming the two of you together.
Yep.
And now it's just, he's rolling
Yeah,
with
he's
it. He's just
picking it up,
becoming
yeah.
natural. Yeah. So now he's going to have a camera pointed at you one day.
It's funny you mentioned that too, because now he carries my GoPro. I've upgraded from a GoPro that I used to carry, and now I have more of a daily vlogging camera that I carry, and now he carries the GoPro.
That's
So
awesome.
we're still trying to work on his technique and stuff, but he's picking it up.
It's cool that he's interested in
Yeah.
that too. I mean, that's just another thing. He picked up the cars and the mechanical stuff, things that you like to do. Now it's, making YouTube videos and vlogs. I mean, like we said earlier, that people see one guy carrying a camera. Now they see you come in with a camera and a little 4-year-old behind you carrying his.
Father and son carrying cameras.
They got to
yeah.
be like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
This is Hamden, Massachusetts. Like, what are they filming?
like nothing much happens here. Well, no, but we happen here, and this is what we enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes it fun. How about your wife? You guys have another one coming.
We do. We're actually like days away from having another baby boy.
Oh, that's awesome. You must be pretty excited.
We're pumped. Yeah, it's a trying time in our life, but yeah, we're definitely excited for the birth of our son. Yeah.
How's Braden feel about it?
He's pumped. He wants to be a big brother more than you can imagine. Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, that's going to be awesome. He's going to have, the baby's probably going to like have 2 cameras pointed in his face.
I've already told my wife we're vlogging it. She's like, not the delivery, but everything else is game.
Everything else is game on, yeah.
So yeah, she's great about it. She's actually the one that came up with the name Your Everyday Dad when we were trying to concept the original idea for our channel. And, she's like, hey, what about Your Everyday Dad? Because that's what you are.
Yeah,
and it just rolled from there.
Yeah, you really can't ask for like a more straightforward, like that describes exactly what you guys are doing. That covers it. It's pretty much perfect.
Yeah, so I give her all the credit for that, and once the baby's born, there'll be a little bit more mama involvement in the channel, I think.
Yeah. So what are some of your goals for the channel? What do you want to happen? What do you want to see come of this?
We just want to have fun. We're enjoying the fun behind the creation of the videos, and whatever we can do to learn and grow from there is all we really want to do. It's fun that we're able to get together and enjoy ourselves, and we want people to see that, because if we're enjoying ourselves, then maybe somebody else is going to go out and do something with their son or their daughter or their family that they're going to enjoy, and just create the memories that are going to live.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's probably also like capturing those moments. I'm sure you guys have family that all follows the channel.
Yeah.
And do you have anyone that's like any long distance family members that kind of rely on that to stay up to date, or is everyone pretty local for you guys?
No, I have some family down in Florida, and they check it out, and then we have friends across country and stuff like that. We have some distant friends that we don't see too often, and they're a little bit further away, but still within the area. So that's another way for them to see us and interact. And they have kids of their own, so their kids are watching us interact, and it's kind of like continuing the cycle.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. It's cool that we have the ability to do that now in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I highly suggest that you guys check out Craig's channel. Like I said, him and Braden, they do some awesome stuff. They're always out there making slime, riding their bikes, doing cool things. What's your favorite video that you guys have made? Do you have a favorite?
I got a couple fun ones. I think the one that I've always is my favorite is the most recent one, just because it's fresh and I've learned something new that I've incorporated into that video. As we go along, we try to do drones in our videos and stuff like that, just to get alternating perspectives. Not all videos have that, but it seems that when we have the drones in it, it just makes it fun.
Yeah, it's something a little bit more out of the ordinary for people. I mean, they're becoming more common, but you still don't see, drone footage in a lot of in a lot of stuff.
There was one video we did a couple weeks back, and my son was telling jokes, and it starts off a little slow, but then by the end of the video, he's just rifling off jokes, and it's fun, and just his reaction to the jokes and how he's telling them, I think that's one of my favorites right there, if I had to look back.
Yeah, I like that one. I think you guys had the camera set up in the driveway for that one, and he would just like tell a joke, run off, and I was like, I could see it in my head that he's just off frame, like going around in a big circle, probably coming back to the camera to tell his next joke. Then he laughs at himself again and comes back. Yeah, that was a good video.
Yeah, I think his favorite joke is, what do you call an alligator in a vest?
What?
An investigator.
All right, that's a good one.
Just the way he says it, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And he's probably he's getting such a kick out of himself because, like you said, he's watching videos of kids doing stuff, and now he's able to do that on his own.
And he just gets to be himself. And without the camera, he's the same exact way. Yep. So it's not like he's changing the way he is for the camera.
Right.
He's like that 24/7, and it's tough to keep up with him sometimes.
Oh, I can imagine. And that's only one.
Yeah.
There's going to be two soon.
Yeah, well, we'll try to influence the second one the same way.
Yeah. That's awesome. So where can people find you if they want to check you out on YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, so on YouTube, it's Your Everyday Dad. You can just search that in YouTube. It'll pop up. Probably be the first listing because I'm Your Everyday Dad. On Facebook, it's Facebook Your Everyday Dad. On Instagram, it's Your Everyday Dad Official. And I'm on Twitter. I don't use it all that much, but it's Your Everyday Dad there as well. Or I have a website, youreverydaydad.com. It links to my photography website, but it's its own subsection in there, and we have our latest video there, and you can link through all our social media from there.
Awesome. Any parting advice for all the rest of your everyday dads out there?
Just have fun, enjoy it, and always record something and create something awesome. Just do it.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on today. Thanks for making the time. I know that you got another one on the way. I'm glad we didn't get the phone call in the middle of this.
No phone call saying we're going to the hospital. So
cool.
Wait till tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, it could be the day. Well, thanks again. I appreciate you coming on. Guys, go check out Craig on his channel and all of those social media platforms. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much for listening to the Hashtag Positivity Podcast. Online at hashtagpositivity.org, on Facebook at Hashtag Positivity, and Instagram, the official Hashtag Positivity. If you liked the episode, please rate and review. And remember, positivity is contagious. Sprinkle that madness everywhere. We'll catch you next time.